Forgiveness versus release. This is our communication choice. Every leader must make it. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, I want to talk about two words that sound very similar, but they create completely different outcomes in your leadership communication. Forgiveness and release. Most leaders think that they're the same thing, but they're not at all. And understanding the difference will change how you handle difficult communication situations. Here's the distinction. Forgiveness is letting go of resentment while keeping the doors open for the relationship. You're saying, what happened hurt, but I'm not going to let that poison our future. You forgive the team member who communicated poorly under stress. You forgive the colleague who was defensive when you gave feedback to them. You give them both a clean slate to rebuild trust. Forgiveness keeps the door open. However, release is letting go of the communication relationship, often entirely. You're saying this pattern is harmful, and I'm protecting myself and my team by limiting or ending it. You release the person who consistently communicates in bad faith. You release the team member who refuses to communicate directly, despite multiple warnings, multiple conversations. You release the relationship that's draining more energy than it's producing value. Release closes the door, or at least narrows it significantly. Here's what you need to know as a leader. You can forgive someone and still release them from your communication circle. They're not mutually exclusive words or concepts. In fact, sometimes the healthiest thing you can do is both, I forgive you for my own peace, but I can no longer engage in this communication dynamic. So here's your question this week. Is there a communication situation where you've been trying to forgive your way through? Is there a communication situation that actually needs to be released? Maybe you keep having the same conversation with someone over and over and over again, hoping that they'll change, but the pattern never changes. Maybe you're exhausting yourself trying to make a toxic communication relationship work. Maybe you need permission to say, I can forgive this person and I can create distance from them. I've had that happen in my own life. And when you stop and think about it, if you've not had it in your life, you should have had it in your life at some point. Remember that forgiveness is about your freedom from resentment. Forgiveness is about you. Release, however, is about your boundary, the boundary around harmful patterns. Know the difference. Choose wisely. Now, before you go any further, I'd like to ask you to like, subscribe, share, and invite someone because this is week 2 of our fourth quarter challenge for 2025. And this month, we're talking about what things we need to let go so that we can step solidly into 2026. And if you're realizing that you need support in navigating these kinds of leadership communications challenges, I want to invite you to join the challenge. You can email me at Denise M at dlmstrategiesltd.com. You can drop a comment here. If you're seeing me on Facebook, you can DM me or you can message me on Instagram or on LinkedIn. We are working through exactly these kinds of issues in real time, and there'll be a group that you can participate in. Also, if there's some things that you're wanting to start to do for 2026, think about joining my Put Your Dreams to the Test Leadership Learning Circle. It's also forming and will be getting started at the end of October. This is where we do deep work on communication, on boundaries, and on leadership transformation. And if you're a woman who is in transition and you're navigating difficult relationships and communications patterns professionally, R4 is the space for you. Visit my website or connect with me by email to find out where you belong and how to get there. Remember, forgive for your freedom, release for your peace, and I'll see you next time with a leadership tip that talks about what it is we need to let go of in relationships so that we can walk into 2026 with energy and grace and strength.